somewhere out there right now, there's a planet where it rains glass sideways at 5,400 miles an hour. There's a planet made almost entirely of diamond. There's a planet being slowly eaten alive by its own star, and there's a planet drifting completely alone with no star at all forever. These aren't science fiction. Every single one of these is a real confirmed discovery. So let's count down 10 of the strangest planets humans have ever found, starting with one that sounds almost too horrifying to be real. Number 10, HD 1897-33b. Located 64 light-years away, this planet is roughly the size of Jupiter, and from a distance, it actually looks beautiful. A deep, brilliant blue, almost exactly the color of Earth from space. Here's the part that ruins it. That blue color isn't ocean, it's glass. The planet's atmosphere is thought to be filled with silicate particles, essentially the same material glass is made from, and the winds on this planet move at roughly 5,400 miles per hour. Fast enough that scientists believe it likely rains glass, sideways, at hypersonic speed. Astronomers detected this by analyzing the specific way light scattered off the planet's atmosphere as it passed in front of its star, a technique that lets us study worlds we will genuinely never be able to visit. Number 9. 55 Cancri, just 41 light-years away. This planet is roughly twice the size of Earth, and orbits so close to its star that a year there lasts less than 18 hours. But the size and the orbit aren't even the interesting part. In 2012, researchers analyzing the planet's density proposed something extraordinary. Given the ratio of elements likely present, a significant portion of this planet's interior could theoretically be crystallized carbon. In other words, diamond. Some early estimates suggested as much as a third of the planet's mass could be diamond, though later research has debated exactly how much carbon it actually contains. Either way, this remains one of the strongest candidates we've found for an actual diamond planet, and estimates of its value, if you could somehow mine it, run into numbers with more zeros than make any logical sense. Number 8. Kepler 16b. This one isn't strange because of what it's made of. It's strange because of what's in its sky. Discovered in 2011 using NASA's Kepler Space Telescope, this planet orbits not one star but two, locked in a binary system, orbiting each other while the planet orbits them both. If you stood on its surface, and setting aside that it's actually a frigid, likely uninhabitable gas giant, you would see two sunsets, two sunrises, and two shadows cast in different directions depending on the time of day. When this discovery was announced, scientists and journalists immediately nicknamed it the Tatooine planet, after the fictional double sunset world in Star Wars. Except this one is real, confirmed, and sitting about 200 light-years away. Number 7. WASP-12b. This planet's story doesn't end well, and that's exactly what makes it fascinating. Orbiting so close to its star that its year lasts about 26 hours, WASP-12b is being slowly torn apart by its star's gravity. The tidal forces are so extreme that the planet has been stretched into an egg shape, and its outer atmosphere is being continuously stripped away, forming a massive trail of gas being funneled directly into the star. Astronomers estimate this planet is being consumed at a rate that will eventually destroy it entirely, likely within the next 10 million years. Which sounds like a long time, until you remember that on a cosmic timescale, that's essentially a death sentence with a very short countdown clock already running. Number 6. Gliese 436b. Here's a planet that should not make sense, and yet does. Located about 33 light-years away. This planet is covered in what researchers describe as burning ice. The surface temperature is estimated at around 570 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to easily melt ice under normal circumstances. But the planet's gravity is so intense that it compresses water into a solid state anyway, a bizarre high-pressure form of ice that stays frozen even while burning hot. It looks like a contradiction. It's not. It's just physics behaving in a way our everyday intuition was never built to expect. Number 5. PSR J1719-1438b. This one has the strangest origin story on this entire list. Astronomers believe this planet used to be a star, specifically the exposed core of a star that lost almost all of its outer layers, likely stripped away by the extreme gravity of the dense neutron star called a pulsar that it now orbits. What's left behind is a small, extraordinarily dense object, estimated to be composed largely of crystallized carbon. Diamond again, but this time under conditions that make 55 Cancri E look almost mundane by comparison, discovered in 2011 by detecting subtle timing variations in the pulsar's radio signals. This might be the closest thing in the known universe to an entire planet made of gemstone, and it used to be part of a star. Number 4. TRES-2b. Most planets, even dark rocky ones, reflect at least some light. TRES-2b reflects almost none of it. Discovered in 2011, this planet reflects less than 1% of the light that hits it, making it darker than coal, darker than fresh asphalt, darker than almost anything found naturally on Earth. Scientists believe unknown light-absorbing chemicals in its atmosphere, combined with extreme heat, essentially swallow nearly all incoming light rather than bouncing it back. If you could somehow stand near it and survive the roughly 1,800 degree Fahrenheit heat, which you absolutely could not, it would appear as a nearly invisible black silhouette, faintly glowing from its own internal heat rather than reflecting its star's light at all. Number 3. Kepler 70b, sometimes called COI 5501. This planet holds a genuinely absurd title. title. It's hotter than the star it orbits. Located roughly 4,000 light-years away, this planet completes a full orbit in just 5.76 hours, sitting so close to its star that its surface temperature is estimated at over 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit. For comparison, the surface of our own sun is only about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This tiny planet, orbiting the exposed core of a dying star, is hotter than the object it's orbiting. It shouldn't make intuitive sense, but the extreme proximity and the specific type of star involved make the math work out exactly that way. Number 2, J1407b. This one isn't a planet in the traditional sense, more likely a planet or brown dwarf surrounded by a ring system so enormous it makes Saturn look like it's wearing a rubber band. Discovered in 2012 through unusual dimming patterns in its host star's light, astronomers calculated that this object's ring system is roughly 200 times larger than Saturn's rings. If you replace Saturn's rings with this system in our own night sky, they would appear larger than the full moon, easily visible without a telescope, and dramatic enough to be visible even in daylight. The system likely contains gaps that suggest moons are forming within the rings themselves, a process we've genuinely never been able to observe happening anywhere else. And number 1, PSO J318.5-22. This is the planet that gets under my skin the most, because this one has no star at all. Discovered in 2013, this is what's known as a rogue planet, roughly 6 times the mass of Jupiter, drifting completely alone through interstellar space, untethered to any solar system, orbiting nothing. No sunrise, no sunset, just permanent, absolute darkness, broken only by its own faint internal heat glowing dimly in infrared. Estimated to be only about 12 million years old, remarkably young on a cosmic timescale. This planet was either ejected from a forming solar system by gravitational interactions with other planets, or it formed independently in the way stars do, just without ever gathering enough mass to ignite. Either way, it's out there right now, has been for millions of years, and will likely drift alone through the galaxy for billions more, never orbiting anything, never seeing a sunrise, forever alone in the dark. So there you have it, 10 real confirmed planets, a world of glass rain, a planet of diamond, 2 suns in one sky, a planet being eaten alive, burning ice, a gemstone that used to be a star, a planet darker than coal, a world hotter than its own sun, rings that dwarf Saturn's, and one lonely wanderer with no sun at all. And here's the thing that should actually stick with you. We've confirmed over 5,000 exoplanets so far. These 10 are just the ones strange enough to make a list. If you find it fascinating that reality keeps turning out weirder than anything we could invent, this channel exists for exactly this kind of thing, subscribe to the Zodiac archive. Because somewhere out there, there's a planet stranger than anything on this list, and we just haven't found it yet.